Do you think that Stipe versus Jon Jones fight should have never happened?
Tom Aspinall was the interim champion when Jon Jones fought Stipe.
Yeah, I know.
How? Jon not fighting Tom messes with the balance. It's like the Avengers.
Yeah,
the Infinity Stones going back.
You became a double champ at 39 years old.
39 years old. Yeah, it was crazy. Right after I beat Derek Lewis, the same day, I blew my back out sneezing. I was like, yo, this shit's over.
One other friend of the show, MMA Guru, he says if your wrestling pedigree is from America, if you're coming from Caucasus, the wrestling is better.
I can't agree with that, man.
Really?
Man, you're going crazy. You let this dude convince you that? That is not true, dog. Man, you tripping.
Oh, it's 15-time world champion, Demetrious Johnson. You're listening to the MIGHTYCAST.
What's going on, guys? This episode of the MIGHTYCAST is sponsored by PrizePicks. Now, PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports game we can play directly from your phone. It's very simple. Get on your phone, go to your app store, download PrizePicks. When you do that, use my promo code MIGHTYCAST. An amazing promotion going on right now. All you gotta do is play $5 in your lineup. They got mixed martial arts, NBA, NFL, NHL, baseball, CSGO, Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege, you name it, they got it. You're going $50 no matter what happens in that lineup. Now, guys, make sure you get your picks in at the right place, which is PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this episode of MIGHTYCAST. Now, let us enjoy the talk with one of the greats, Daniel Cormier. What's going on, guys? We are here in Las Vegas at one of my favorite restaurants, SUSHISAMBA. It is a Japanese, Brazilian, Peruvian cuisine. Now, it's located here in the Palazzo. Fresh Japanese cuisine. Brazilian is absolutely delicious, and the Peruvian dishes are amazing as well. If you guys are looking for a place to dine out at, make sure you check out SUSHISAMBA. Shout out to SUSHISAMBA for allowing us to host the MIGHTYCAST here in Las Vegas. I love the content on YouTube. I mean, you've been doing the commentating. You just did the Ultimate Fighter. I'm gonna talk about that. I want to talk about anything. Is there anything you don't want to talk about?
No, anything.
Okay.
Open book.
Okay, perfect.
Everything is open.
I love that. All right, I'm gonna start rolling, man.
Bro, I did a videos. You guys did a video with Khabib and them that did crazy numbers.
Yeah, dude. We didn't think it was gonna do that because
5 million.
I think it's like 5 or 7 million. Yeah.
Jesus
7 million.
Christ.
But see, you never gone to Dagestan, right?
No.
I want to go so bad. I'm just
I
worried.
went when I was wrestling.
Okay.
I haven't been since.
Yeah, I want to go.
I'm gonna take my kid though.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go because I'm only concerned about like my safety. You know,
That's the only problem.
Just my own problem. I mean,
the only problem is the world's so crazy right now.
Yeah, you just never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right. But my buddy, he was ex-military. And he goes, dog, you're gonna be in the mountains. Like, if anything is gonna happen, it's gonna be more in the city. But those guys are in a mountain.
They're
like,
isolated. Yeah.
Isolated, where they're away from all that stuff. But you know, that's kind of like what feeds my itch now is training with athletes, because in my career I never did any cross training. Like, I think the first time I cross trained with a different camp was with Henry Cejudo, and that's when I was ready to fight Adriano the second time. Yeah, and I was that's you kind of see where you're at. Yeah, right. Like in your whole career, you had Luke,
Kane, all those guys.
Islam, you had all those guys. So you got to kind of feel like you're training with the best. Where I usually trained with hobbyists, guys who are financial advisor, guys who work at Microsoft, guys who work there. So now I'm at a point where it's like, I'm not gonna have to compete against Henry ever again. I'm not gonna compete against a Merab or an Aljo. So I can just go out and freely train. So when I got the opportunity to train with Islam, I was like, yeah, I'll fucking train with Islam and Umar. And I was like, you guys are fucking big. I was like, big. You guys are big. And that's all they do. That's all they fucking do. So it was it was a good time training with them. So hopefully I make it to Dagestan, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
For sure.
So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the MIGHTYCAST. And we are joined here by the great Daniel Cormier. DC, thank you for taking time to join us on the MIGHTYCAST. How you doing, brother?
Can I be honest?
Yeah, be honest.
All right.
That's what it's all about, honesty.
I'll start this shit right away. Like, I saw Izzy, Islam, Khabib, a whole bunch of dudes. I was getting kind of jealous.
Really?
What took so long?
I wanted to get into person.
What took so long?
What took so long? You're a horrible texter. I'm texting you. I'm like, hey, would you like this? And next thing you know, it's quick as I'm getting ready to brush my teeth. I was like, fuck this. I'm going to keep it at the same time.
But I texted you. I texted you back.
You did.
There's very few people that I respect enough where I'm like, I got to respond to DJ. Like, I swear to God, because a couple times I'm like, man, I look at it and I'm going to do it, and I don't. I'm like, I need to make sure I message him back because I wanted to do the podcast.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I mean, no, I wanted to reach to the right opportunity to get us in person, right?
Yep.
Your energy is always great. You're one of the best to ever do it in this sport. You know, we were literally sitting here talking about athletes who become a champion, and they leave to go get another belt. Like, what was the incentive for you to go do that, right? I mean, you were the light heavyweight champion, and you're like, you know, fuck, I'm gonna go do the heavyweight champion. You had the picture of the 2 belts. What incentivized you to go do that? Because me and Mike were talking like, you see it more common nowadays. 2 title defenses, I'm out. You know, it's very rare you see somebody clear out division completely
and then move up.
What was your incentive to do that?
So we were in Boston after I fought Volkan Oezdemir. Dana comes in the back the same night and goes, what do you think about fighting Stipe for the heavyweight championship? So it was a little bit different for me because I had fought so many times at heavyweight when I came into the UFC.
Yes.
But then I went down because Kane was the champ.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
Dana was just like, hey, you've had 13 fights at heavyweight. So for me, it wasn't as nerve-wracking as it would be for most. So when you were fighting at 135, and then when you went to 125 and you had the belt for so long, going back up wouldn't have been that big a deal for you because you already had a career there.
Yeah.
Right? Now going to 145, you might be like,
Yeah.
But see, I had a career at heavyweight, so him asking me to go back up, I was like, I don't have to cut this weight. I'm going to get a title fight right away. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And plus, I felt like it was a good matchup at the time, and I knew that my window was closing. Yeah. The year that I fought him, I could already feel that I had a few great performances left. You know.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
We all know, like, man, I got about 2 great performances left, and if there's a time that I'm going to do this, it has to be right now.
How old were you when you did that?
39.
39?
I was 39 years old.
39 when you did that?
Yeah.
Fuck, how old were you fought John?
I was the first time I fought John Jones, I was 36 years
36.
36 years old.
And then the last time you fought him?
I was 38. Wow. Yeah, I was old.
That is crazy that
John was like 28, 29 years old.
That is crazy. You're competing at a high level at that age.
Yeah. Well, I didn't start till I was 31.
Well, I know because you had the wrestling career, right?
Yeah.
But that is kind of crazy when you think about it, right? Because typically, you know, athletes are done by then. Yeah. They don't want, I mean, I stopped when I was 37 because I
at least start slowing down.
Yes. But you were ramping it up.
Yeah, I know.
You became a double champ at 39 years old.
39 years old. Yeah. I defended the light heavyweight championship in January. Then I won the heavyweight title in July. Wow. And then I defended the heavyweight title in November. Wow. So I fought 3 times at 39 years old. Wow. Yeah, it was crazy. And then, you know how I knew? Because DJ, right after I beat Derek Lewis, the same day, I blew my back out sneezing. I was like, yo, this shit's over. The money I got too good, though. Like, the money got so good at that time that I couldn't stop. Yeah. But it was like, I knew that I only had a few big ones left in me. Yeah. And the great ones were at 39. At 40, it was 40 and 41, I was done.
Wow. That is crazy to think about. Because now you see those things, people who win the belt after 35 years old, right? At a lower division. I'm like, nobody ever talks about you became a double champ at 39. Of course, people who are 28, 27, or whatever it may be, it seems easier to do because, yes, you're young, you're healthy, but when you're 39 years old and you also had a long career of wrestling, dude, that's amazing. So kudos to you for making that happen. I'm sorry about your back being blowing up.
No, I sneezed.
Yeah, I know.
It was so bad. It was so embarrassing. But, you know, I spent so much time like competing that I just kind of knew how to compete. Yeah. So that happened. My career happened very fast. I fought from 31 to 41, out 10 years, and then it was over, right? Like, very few people are like you and I that get out, still have all their faculties and feel good. And yeah, it's like, I was lucky. I had a great career in a short period of time. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, I think, when I look at your career, you come from a wrestling background, right? A long history of wrestling. And it seemed like you made an easy transition into mixed martial arts. Your hands are great. Great knockouts. I remember when you fought Josh Barnett, you were throwing his ass around like a rag doll. And when you look at somebody who's similar to you, not identical, you look at a guy like Bo Nickal, right? Where when I look at him, he's still trying to get his feet wet about learning how to fight, right? And he didn't have a long amateur career because he had a long wrestling career. Do you think it's good for guys to transition from a long wrestling career into mixed martial arts? Meaning, like, take your time, because he jumped right into UFC.
He also his idea of self, while self-value is very important, I never blame someone for being confident. Yeah. But when he was as openly confident it forces the organization to make you do things much faster than you may have to do things. So he fought Val Woodbine, I think his name was, and he hit Val Woodbine. Val's hurt. But Val doesn't move, DJ. He's standing there like rock. So Bo's like, wait, I can hit him again? So he hits him again. Val's standing in the same place. Didn't run, didn't try to cover. He was just like, I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then the next guy, he submits. Right? But then he starts talking about Hamzat. And he starts talking about all these guys.
So you think he opened Pandora's box?
He opened the door for higher level of competition. So then they give him Paul Craig. He beat Paul Craig.
The grappler.
Yeah, the grappler. Who had been in the top 15 before. So it's only natural to keep moving you forward. So then they put him in there with
RDR.
With RDR. And RDR's good. Really good. But again, I think self-worth is important, but also recognizing where you are in your career is even as important. I wasn't calling for guys in the beginning. I'm like, let me kind of go into this.
But I also think you had a good team structure around you, right? You had Luke Rockhold. I know he trains in America Top Team, which the head coach is Mike Brown, and Mike Brown has so many different other guys, where I feel like at your team, you guys had all heavier guys. I think the lightest guy was probably Khabib. I could be wrong.
Khabib was like 155. We had some smaller guys, but you had the main guys. Khabib was so big, though, he could train with us.
Exactly. But you also had Luke, Kane. So you had good training partners. And then, you had just a good group around you, where I feel like for him, he has Mike Brown. And I'm not saying he doesn't have good groups around him, but I think he never got the opportunity to actually spread his wings as an amateur career. And I tell people, I'm like, dude, when you have all those years of wrestling, all those years of wrestling, you think I'm going to go jump in an amateur league and do 10 or 15 amateur fights? Fuck no.
Those guys aren't going to fight you.
No, they're not. They're like, you're
NCAA champ?
Like, nope. Pass. So I was always curious because I felt like your transition, long wrestling career, you were able to transition, beautiful hands, great wrestling, great, ground control. And I was curious, like, what were your thoughts on Bo Nickal? Because he almost had the same type of career. Like he just
needs to work on the more. His control grappling is great. He's so good on the ground because he's so good in his wrestling. I think his hands got to be a little more fluid. And you know better than anyone, right? You wrestled. Did you wrestle growing up? Yeah, you did, right?
Just from 8th to 12th grade. That's
okay. So you wrestled. But you wouldn't have been as great if you didn't know how to wrestle and fight at the same time. It can't be I'm wrestling or I'm striking. I'm grappling or I'm doing damage. It's got to all kind of be mixed together. So when you're punching, you got to know if an opportunity presents itself, I grab his leg. Right? You were so good at that. That's why those guys, that's why when you were taking Henry down, like everyone's like, how'd you take Henry down? I'm like, because he knows how to fight, and Henry's trying to wrestle. They put on wrestling shoes. Henry's like a nightmare for him.
Oh, yeah. But when I wrestle with him, I'm like, okay. It's like when we're training, and like he does hit that fucking
He's
inside
so
trip.
Good, dude.
So good at it. Then as we kept on training more, he would hit him. Like, not anymore, dog. It's not gonna.
I get if I figured it out.
I figured it out. But then it's like, okay, you take me down in MMA aspect. You take me down. Are you going to pass my guard?
Nope.
No. Are you going to?
You gonna get back up?
He'll get back up. I was like, so it's kind of like nullified in mixed martial arts. Well, depending on where the parameters are of the session that we're doing. But like, I always laugh when I look at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and it's like, I pull guard. I just shut your whole wrestling down. Now you have to pass my guard, which you can't fucking do. Now it's almost like wrestling is null. It's null, right? So one of the things I love about when I would train when we did train is that his wrestling is so fucking good. So good. Like, I would hate to just wrestle him pure wrestling. It would suck.
But then you start adding that grappling.
And
your ability to go to your back and roll.
And then go to his legs and all that stuff. It's like, it opens the box.
And that's why when Bo got taken down by RDR, everyone was like, he got taken down. I'm like, because we're talking about a guy that was a 2-division champion in one of the biggest organizations in the world that's really good. And Robert Whitaker better be on his game or that dude's going to be problems for him too.
What's going on, guys? This episode of the MIGHTYCAST is sponsored by Bear Mattress. Now, Bear Mattress is a high premium mattress that can be shipped directly to your front doorstep. All you gotta do is go to bearmattress.com/mighty. My promo code is gonna help you save 40% on your mattress. You can't even get that discount even on the website, only here, promo code MIGHTY. Now, when you go to bearmattress.com, it's gonna have you take a sleep quiz. Are you a back sleeper? Do you sleep on your stomach? Are you sleeping on your side, left or right? How do you like your mattress? Do you like it firm, soft, hard? Once you take that quiz, it's gonna point you in the right direction of what's gonna be the best mattress for you and your wife if you have a significant other. Once you do that, they're gonna ship the mattress to your front doorstep. It's gonna come in a big box. Bring that box inside and take out your mattress. Once you get the mattress, take it out of the box. It's gonna be in plastic. It's gonna be wrapped up. Do not open it in the living room like I did. Be better than me and read the instructions and go up to where you're gonna be sleeping at night. Lay the mattress out where you're gonna be sleeping. Open it up from the plastic. It's going to inflate. Once it inflates, lay your mattress and enjoy some amazing sleep. Now guys, I train hard, I eat hard, and I damn well wanna recover hard. So that's why I choose Bear Mattress to make sure I sleep good at night when I go to the gym, do my jiu-jitsu, or I'm doing a swimming, strength and conditioning. My body is well rested because my mattress gives me the best sleep at night. So guys, if you guys want to upgrade your mattress, go to bearmattress.com/mighty. That's gonna help you save 40% on your mattress. Now guys, you guys deserve to sleep good. If you're training hard and you're eating hard, I don't know if you guys are sleeping hard, make sure you guys are sleeping hard with Bear Mattress. Shout out to Bear Mattress for sponsoring this episode of the MIGHTYCAST. Now let us get back to our guest. And that's the thing a lot of people forget is they don't acknowledge anything outside
of
the
fans.
UFC.
Yeah,
the fans don't. They don't acknowledge
when people
anything.
say stuff like, do you watch UFC? I'm like, the sport's called MMA, bro.
Well, that's because the brand is so big.
Yeah.
Right? Like me and Michael always have this conversation about why would the UFC want to build stars, right? Why would they want to do that? I think at one point in time, they did have stars that were bigger than the sport. Rich Franklin, Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture.
Back in the
where
day.
when you see them, it's like, oh man, there's Rich Franklin. Oh, there's Chuck Liddell. Now, when you see Daniel Cormier.
You're a UFC fighter, aren't
You're
you?
a UFC fighter, right? It's like I'm actually Daniel Cormier, 2 divisional champion. Get it right. That's where I think it becomes fault that everybody thinks mixed martial arts isn't,
There's so many different
it's
organizations.
it's UFC. That's what it is. Like people are like, I always talk to people like, oh, what do you do for them? And I was like, oh, it's a professional fighter. Oh, what do you mean? I was like, oh, I used to do mixed martial arts. She goes, oh, you mean UFC? And I'm like, it's called mixed martial arts UFC.
But yes, I was the fucking greatest ever in the UFC.
Well, I don't say that.
Yes, I did UFC, but I was the best ever at it. Like, like I was the best ever at this shit. Like just say it. Like, bro, why are you so humble? Bro, like I swear to God, if I was you, they couldn't tell me shit.
Well,
I'd be on them now.
I'd be
on them now.
Yeah.
But if I had like all them title defenses like you had,
yeah,
they couldn't tell me shit, bro. Nobody could come at me.
I think there's somebody in the same boat as me. We know how it's playing out for him right now. But,
but he's bugging though. But he's bugging though. You don't do all that stuff.
Yeah, I think the humbleness comes from.
But I'm not telling you to go do that.
Yeah,
I'm not telling you to go do no crazy stuff.
Yeah,
I'm telling you like, man, I'm Demetrious Johnson. Plus, like, dog, like that's the thing, right? Like when you came on when we did the top 50 fighters of all time and you came on.
Yeah.
It's like we all geeking because I'm like, yo, why you had been away for a while. We hadn't seen you. So seeing you back was awesome.
No.
And then I'm like, yo, I don't understand when people do stuff. Like when we do, who's the Mount Rushmore? I'm like, Demetrious Johnson.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I'm like, Demetrious Johnson. And everybody like, I don't understand like why they don't respect what you did more because you, Anderson, John, all you guys, George St. Pierre, what you guys did in terms of holding the championships, that'll never be done again.
Yeah.
How many title defenses? 8?
11.
11.
11, yeah.
So I even said 3 less. 11 title defenses, bro.
Yeah.
I tell people, when I got to the UFC, I had 15 fights.
Yeah.
I fought for the belt 10 times. Yes, 10 times.
You had 10 title fights?
Bro, yes, but I lost 3. I went 6-3-1. I lost 3.
Yeah.
I was 6-4, honestly, because John beat me.
Yeah.
But I went 6-3-1 officially. Bro, your UFC championship record is what? 11-1?
11-1, yeah.
Come on, man. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro?
I think.
What are we talking about? Hey, what are we talking about? How is he at home? I know he's humble. He's a great father. He's a great husband, everything. But like,
I'm washing dishes.
Come on, dog. Like, people got to put some respect on your name, man.
I think it's based on, people always say it's the competition, right? Or I'm too small, or, I never went up to 135 and all that stuff. But for me, I was like, dude, I was walking around, when I fought Dom, I was walking around at 138.
Yeah, that's not big enough.
I was like, dude, I'm not big enough. And me and Dom talked about it. And I was like, dude, like, you were literally holding me down, standing up. And I'm like, get your fucking feet back.
Because he was too big.
Just too big. And I'm
John
like,
was big.
He was a big boy.
But 125 was perfect. It was like Valentina. When Valentina got 125, it
She
was like
starts
her
working
real
people.
weight. Yep.
And when she fought Amanda,
she was too small.
She can absorb the power. And they're like, technique. People don't understand. Size does matter when the playing field is even.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I know everything, you know everything, and you're a little bit bigger than me, that extra weight,
that's what happens.
That's what happens. So, but for me, I'm grateful that, you know, I had the respect of my peers.
Absolutely, because that's what matters.
That's what matters, right? Because people, perception always changes. It always changes. And I'd rather, you know what it's like to fight. You know what it's like to cut weight. You know what it's like to be consistent and making that weight and then fighting and going out there every single time, defending the belt, trying to win a belt.
Yep.
That shit is hard.
It's hard.
So for me,
you always fighting the toughest person.
Yes.
Always the best person. And guess what? What people don't recognize is that when you're the champion and you're defending the belt, it's like, I've defended the belt 4 times, 5 times, right? It's like, okay, I've got 4 defenses. That guy's on his first.
Yep.
That guy doesn't have the money I have.
Yep.
That guy doesn't have the house or the life. So he's starving. So it's like, while you got to motivate yourself while having everything, you're trying to kill it. You're trying to kill the dude that was you prior. Because when you didn't have nothing,
you're like, I
gotta eat.
Yep.
Like, I want this. I'm watching Cain Velasquez. Initially, one time I saw Cain turn on an appearance. He's like, I'm not going, DC. And I was like, well, how much? He's like, it's 25 grand. I was like, you're out of your mind. 25 grand. I'm like, yo, you get 25 grand to go do something?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'll do anything for 25 grand.
Yeah.
Right? But then when you become the champ, you start getting that stuff. You still do it.
Yep.
But then that guy is thinking like I did.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'd do anything for a $25,000 appearance. Dude's starving.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to get up, man, to beat them dudes. That's why it's so hard.
Yeah. Would you still do an appearance for 25 grand right now?
Me right now?
Yeah. Oh, he got that champ money.
No, don't do that. I probably would.
Yeah.
Hey, but money's money.
Yeah, absolutely.
You take 25 grand, you stick it in a college fund for your kid.
Yep, 529. Yeah,
don't
absolutely.
touch it, right? Like, it's like all these things that you could do with this money. But I don't know. And we were talking about the double champ a little bit earlier. Champ. I've always tried to start this conversation. What's a great title reign today, though? Because we get dudes
4. I mean, you look
3
at
or
Alex,
4. I thought 3 or 4.
Yeah, because you look at Alex Pantoja. I mean, I'm dating this, but at the time, you know, I think he's at 3 right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like he might be the longest. I know you had DDP. He won it. He beat Sean Strickland.
And he beat Izzy.
He beat Izzy. He hasn't done anything after that.
But if Hamzat beats him, he's at 2 title defenses.
2 title defenses.
Is that a great title run?
I don't know. Maybe in today's age.
That's what I'm wondering. Are the guys so good? Are the guys so good, or are the champions just not separating themselves like you did?
Yeah, or you did too.
I've had 5.
You had 5,
yeah,
right?
But still.
So I think it's, you know what? That's a great question. I think it might be just the talent is just different now because everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing mixed martial arts. Now, when you started, you were 31, right? You started fighting. I started when I was 18, but I had a wrestling background.
Yep.
And I focused, and I had a long amateur career. I had like maybe 15.
You fought 15 amateur fights?
I believe so, yeah. 15 amateur fights from kickboxing to Muay Thai to boxing and that's not including like the submission wrestling, the wrestling tournament. I mean, the grappling tournaments. So I came in super fucking seasoned.
Prepared, you were ready.
So I was well-rounded, where now you're seeing kids like, kids who are a lot younger coming in.
Ilya.
He's
been doing MMA since he was 12.
Exactly, right?
Like,
so
dude.
he's going to come, but he only had 2. He won the belt.
He had 1.
1.
And now he's up fighting for another belt.
Exactly, right? Who knows what would happen if he would have stayed, right?
Yeah.
So but you look at a guy like Islam.
Islam's got a lot of title defense. He's got 4.
He's got 4, right? He could have had more, but he wanted that opportunity to go fight at 170.
He had 4. He's got 5 title fight wins.
Yeah.
That's the most in history at lightweight. 5.
Yeah.
Islam, I think 4, 3 to 4 now. Because I think it's hard, man.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if we'll ever see 8 again. I know we ain't seen 11 again.
But I think the reason why we're not going to see it is because people want to move up.
But now they're making them give the belt away.
And so you're never going to see it again.
Yep.
Right? So you think about Merab. If Merab goes on 8-10, or the same
is anybody going to beat Merab? He is a problem,
he's
DJ.
the gas tank. I mean, the way I've talked to Aljo, the way he trains, and he just doesn't stop. He doesn't. I thought if anyone was going to beat him,
it was Umar.
It was Umar.
Yep,
because
I thought so
Umar has the grappling X factor.
Yep.
But fucking
He
Merab.
actually got him, dude. That was crazy.
Wrestling here, and this is where I want to pivot. You know, one of the friend of the show, MMA Guru, and I kind of believe him on this. He says, if you have wrestling, your wrestling pedigree is from America. I don't give a shit what it is. If you're coming from Caucasus, meaning like, Dagestan, Georgia, the wrestling is better, right? And
wait.
I don't know what he said
better?
for Britain.
What's better?
Because
I know he's like MMA Guru. I don't really know who he is.
Yes.
But I've heard his name come up a bunch.
Yeah.
Tell me what he said exactly.
If I see someone from the Caucasus and I say they've got a wrestling background and they're from that region, I'm looking at them and I'm like, God, this guy's probably going to make it to the top. I look over the Atlantic and I see some kind of prospect, high school this, national comp this. Yeah, I just watched you fucking put your head against someone's leg on the contender series for 3 rounds and get out damaged and lose. But DC says I'm wrong.
I don't know what he said.
I
think what he said exactly is that I don't care what your wrestling pedigree is in America. Like, if you have like NCAA, whatever it is.
It's better over there.
No, if you're going to get somebody who has like a Sambo background or wrestling background from, what was it, Caucasus? What do you say?
The Caucasus Mountains. That's where Khabib in the Caucasus region.
Caucasus region, right? It don't mean, that means more than an NCAA title.
Like
in mixed martial arts.
Wait. He said a combat sambo means more. Combat sambo.
Look it up real quick. She's gonna look it up.
It has to be combat sambo.
Well, I think he just said he doesn't.
Because if it's combat sambo,
it's totally different.
Yes, because they strike, they do jujitsu, they do all kinds of stuff.
That's why I was.
That's different.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is American wrestling does not translate.
Translate, yes. It doesn't. I agree with them. Here's the reason why.
Tell me.
This is where I agree with them because you think about it. When does somebody start wrestling? And I didn't start wrestling in America. I didn't start wrestling. Yeah. I didn't start wrestling until I was in 8th grade, right?
Like America, like where else did I live?
Yeah. I didn't start wrestling until 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
And all I did was spear wrestling. When would you say somebody in Dagestan or Georgia start combat or just start combat sambo or sambo in general?
So they start wrestling, and wrestling in all these sports around 5 years old.
5 years old, right?
They start going, they really identify what they're best at, is my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So if you show more potential in Greco-Roman, they move you to just Greco-Roman. If you show more potential in freestyle, they move you there. Combat sambo, they'll move you. They move you into the places that they think you are more equipped for.
Mm-hmm.
Then you train that specifically.
Until
you get to whatever you're going to be.
Gotcha.
World champion, Olympic champion, whatever that desired peak is in the sport. But to say anything I don't think that's true because we wrestle from a young age. I started at 10 years old.
Damn.
I was a kid. I went to my first world championships at 15.
But I think if you take 100 wrestlers who've wrestled in America, and you take 100 people from Georgia, Dagestan, I think the numbers...
I can't agree with that, man.
Really?
Man, you're going crazy. You let this dude convince you that? That is not true, dog. Man, you tripping.
I think it translates more because you think about the striking.
Tell me combat sambo.
Combat sambo.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I agree.
Okay, yeah.
Because
combat
they're
sambo.
striking.
But if it's just wrestling versus wrestling, you can't. No.
You don't know that. You don't know who's going to be more successful in the UFC.
But when it's combat sambo, when it's like, okay, I'm training leg locks at 8 years old.
Yes.
I'm going to be way better off than a guy who's just training
MMA.
In MMA.
Except for the outliers. Except for the outliers, right? There are outliers, like myself.
Yes.
Like you.
Yes.
Like Henry Cejudo.
Yes, that's why you gotta have 100 of us.
Yes, there are outliers that will be better than that guy.
Yes, because I did fight Ali Bogatinov, who was a sambo combat world champion. And when I got in there, I just ate his ass up in the clinch.
Of course.
I beat him up in the, I think he took me down, I stood back up. I was able to take him away from that. But when you look at guys like...
You're talking about if we put 100 wrestlers, 100, and we just do the data, they'll probably have more success because they've been striking and grappling long.
Exactly, in mixed martial arts. So I can understand, but if it goes for, wrestling, I don't think that's a fair assessment, right?
It's not a fair assessment because when we do wrestling, they beat us.
Yeah.
Historically, they've been beating us.
Yeah.
But we've had a run recently where we were the best team in the world. So it's like, it kind of goes and flows. When I was a kid, we were the best team in the world again because Kevin Jackson and Kenny Monday and John Smith and Kendall Cross and Tom Brands, Terry Brands. We were the best in the world.
Yep.
Right? And then they started beating up on us all the way through the years I was wrestling. The Russians were the best.
Yep.
And then after that, when Jordan Burroughs and Kyle Dake and David Taylor, we were the best in the world again.
So it's always going like this.
It's going up and down. But right now, they're the best. They're the best again.
Yep.
And Dagestan people are the best.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of wrestlers from that region.
Yep.
So right now, they're the best. But again, we will have kids in America that will ultimately get to a point where they get good enough, then we're the best.
Yep.
And then they'll come back. It is
It's
what it
ebbs
is.
and flows. It ebbs and flows. But I just, it's always fascinating to see where, when it comes to mixed martial arts, I feel it's obviously the best transition because they start at such a young age.
I think it is.
They're always striking. They're always grappling. They're you know, you look at fucking Merab's wrestling, how he's able to transition from, he gets a guy against the cage, he goes to inside sweep, they defend that, he goes to out. It's like, dude.
He's using his feet. That's why Islam and Khabib were so good. Whereas we were like attacking the legs.
Yes,
they do stuff with the run pipe, and then they'll kick your foot from under you.
Yep.
That's where they got really good. And I think that comes from the combat sambo. Yep. That comes from that. It's like judo almost.
Yeah.
Because they wear a gi top whenever they fight as kids. Yep.
Yep. And there's, like I said, when you do something, like I've been grappling more in the gi, and I wanted to get this guy named Charles Cabrina, and oh man.
You like the gi?
I love the gi.
So I got my guys. I got like a team of guys now. I'm training out of my gym. And every week, 2 days a week, I send them over to my jiu-jitsu coach, put a gi on.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to wear a gi, coach? I'm like, if you can grapple with the gi.
Oh, dude,
when you take it off.
Oh, it's, that made, me training in the gi, when I fought Adriano the second time, it made my grappling that much better because I'm so used to people breaking, trying to move, and them holding me down. And so when he took me down, I was like, okay, well, I can move, I can create space, elbow. It made my game that much better because the amount of hours that I was spending in just grappling in the gi, it just made no gi like easier. Like I won't even touch, like my wife wants me to do no gi because she's like, you see the muscles, you can fling out. It's more explosive. It's more it's more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
But for me, I love how sophisticated the gi and how hard it is. It's just
hard.
It's a puzzle. It's always a puzzle.
We did so much gi jiu-jitsu when I was fighting. It was just mandatory. We had no choice but to grapple in the gi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had to grapple in the gi. Every day, every week, we were in the gi.
Are we going to see you compete in the gi? Why not?
No. I don't think you'll see me compete in anything but golf. I'll be losing. You don't think you can beat in golf, and I'll be losing, man.
You have a good time though, right?
I ain't never lost more than I lose in golf. I've been paying so much to Justin Gaethje.
Oh,
he
really?
Be hitting me up, man. He whipped me today. He almost hit me for $1,500.
Damn.
He be whipping me.
Wow.
He just keep pressing the bet.
Yeah.
We'll have a bet. He gets behind it. I press.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, stop pressing.
See, it's your ego. You supposed to, I'm not good. I'm sorry.
I can't, but you can't not press. You can't allow a man. If you're ahead, you got to give a man an opportunity to win his money back. You have to. Like, God dang it. Hey, he just presses me all the time.
So golf's your love now. Like you just.
I enjoy it, man. Coaching. I love coaching.
Okay.
Coaching wrestling. Coaching my son. He's an 8th grader now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that going? Like your son's an 8th grader. Is he playing football? What sports is he doing?
He do football and wrestling. My daughter's
doing
in
tackle?
gymnastics. He does tackle since he was 7 years old.
How was that?
So I thought about putting him in flag.
Okay.
But I'm from Louisiana, man.
Yep.
And we are a football place down there.
Yeah.
So when I sent my son's picture to my group message with all of our friends, they told me I wasn't allowed back home if I don't put him in tackle.
Oh, gotcha.
you got him in flag?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So I put him in tackle and he loves it. Dude,
Really?
He loves football.
What was it like for you?
So
as a father, when you saw him take that first hit, because I'm about to go through it right now.
So he doesn't run. Like you see you're fast.
Okay.
See, I'm not fast.
Okay.
So my son's a linebacker. So he tackles.
Gotcha.
He doesn't get hit.
He's doing the hitting.
He tried to play running back and I was like, no. I was like, you need to play defense. And if you want to block, you can block.
Yeah.
But I remember one time, so he started to get to a point where he actually knew how to tackle. So, and he was like very courageous. So he just runs in. When they played 12U, I started to hear, because how old is your son?
He's 11.
Okay. Is this his first time playing tackle?
His first time playing tackle.
I'd be very nervous.
Oh, I'm fucking nervous.
Let me
as
tell
shit.
you why I'd be very nervous, because he started playing at 7.
Yep.
And at 7, all they do is drag each other to the ground.
Gotcha.
They don't actually tackle.
The collision.
The collisions don't happen ever.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of fall, and one might fall over the other one.
Yeah.
But at like 12U, I started to hear. So what I did was, there's a thing, and I'll send you the link for it.
Please.
It's a impact strip that goes in the helmet, and it's on your phone. Yeah, so it's on your phone, and it tells you the impact. And if it's like a big impact, you can read it and go, hey, I think you should take a play off.
Yeah.
So like one time he was playing, and it was like, crah, and he was like, it was like back to back, and she's like, boom, boom. And I was like, Daniel, I'm screaming from the sideline, Daniel. He comes over, I'm like, you want to take a play off? I was like, that was loud.
Yeah.
And he's like, please don't take me out.
Damn.
And I was like, okay, man, go. But dude, you got to stop. Like, I'm like, just grab the legs. I'm like, he's like, boom. He's like running this like face mask into the dude. It's like, but it's like, and then on the meter, it read like it was a heavy impact. And I was like, yo, come take a play off.
Yeah. I think.
But it'll be fun. Was that?
Yeah, send
I
it.
will send you the link for it. Yeah,
because,
it's awesome.
Yeah, because he started with, he started doing jiu-jitsu, right? He loved it, and he loved like how hard it was. And then he got kind of like, man, I'm not being a kid, right?
Does he wrestle?
No, he hasn't wrestled yet. I think he's going to wrestle, and I think he's going to be very good at it because, there's no gi because I started him in gi. So he's like, damn, he gets a hold of me and I can't break it. So he's like, I'm going to start playing football. And I think he got more into football because he saw all the guys with the chains,
the necklaces. They look cool.
Necklaces, and he goes, and then now he's got a necklace.
He got number drip.
He got him a drip, and so now he's playing football, and he was playing flag, and it was his first season playing flag, and he enjoyed it. And then now he started training at a different team, and they're like, "You gonna play?" And I was like, "No." I said, "You can play." You can practice, but I don't want to do any tackle. I don't want you to get fucked up. Yeah. And then the coach's like, dude, he's going to be fine. Like, he's pretty fast. And I'm like,
But he might be a running back or something.
Yeah, I think he'd be a wide receiver, but he said he wants to play. And I feel like there's a point in time I was like,
You have to let him.
I just got to let him do it.
You got to let him, bro.
His first game, I'm going to be sitting there at the edge of my seat. Like, I just want to see what happens. No, I don't want to coach.
Coach.
I can't.
You have to coach.
I can't coach.
Let me tell you why you have to coach.
Okay, and I'll tell you why I don't coach.
You have to coach because you need to be close if something happens. You don't want to be running out of the stands.
I would do that instead. Because
really,
my presence to who I am, like we already went through this when he was grappling. And when he would go to compete, everybody would just all eyes on him because
dude, it sucks with my son in wrestling.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
They're, I beat DC's son. I'm like, so what?
Yeah. That's what they say.
Beat him now. You're not gonna beat him when it matters. It's like a very fine line, right? Because little Daniel, I'm trying not to like pressure him too much.
Yep.
Because I know what comes with being a kid of yours or mine.
Yep.
Especially in the sport that we do.
Exactly.
So I'm like, go to practice. So he's done well, right? He's won like 3 state championships.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Like little kid. He made the finals of a national tournament one year. He got 5th another time. So he's done well.
Yeah.
But it's only because he's been to practice 3 days a week only. Like he's never trained.
Yeah.
I've never made him. He just started lifting weights. He just started doing private classes with a coach.
Yep.
So like now I'm expecting him to get a jump because he has the foundation.
Yep. Now it's getting him a little extra juice.
Here you go. Now here are the benefits of me being your father.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I can get you better coaching.
Yep.
I can coach you myself. Yep. I can drill with you myself. Now you can start to see those benefits in all those kids that might have kicked your butt early.
They ain't gonna touch you
now.
Now
you get to start going, hey, come on.
Yeah.
Now you get to see.
Yeah, and I think that was the hardest thing for me.
It is hard.
With my son, where it's like, I show up and I don't want it to be about me. Right.
It's so hard though.
It's very hard. So that's why I try to stay out in the shadows. Like even when he would go to seminars, my buddy Andy would take him. And I was like, because I don't want to go to the seminar and it's all about me. Yeah, and I want him, it's his show. It's his career.
Yeah.
It's
dude, that's so great of you.
Yeah.
I struggle with that because I want to be so present.
Oh, 1,000%.
Because like my mom and dad were like, they always came to games. But let me tell you, like they didn't really, football they loved.
Yeah.
They never missed. In Louisiana, wrestling is so small that they didn't really come unless it was the state tournament.
Yeah.
I wrestled one dual meet and my dad went. I still remember it.
Really?
Because he was there.
Yeah.
It's the only time he ever went in the middle of a week where there was an empty, like small gym, no people with 2 teams wrestling each other. He went and I still remember that day because that's the only time he was there.
Wow.
I don't want my son to look back and go, God, I wish my dad was there.
Yo, I'm going to be at every game. I'm going to be there. You look at it right, I'm gonna be there.
What about practice?
Practice, I'm there all the time. Like
just go. So you just want to be off in the shadows, but always
I'm off
just
in the
there.
shadows.
Yep.
Just let him do his thing.
I love that.
It's his career, not mine, right?
Yeah.
And I tell people, and I tell him too, because he told me he's very mature for his age. He says, Dad, like, I don't think you understand how hard it is being your son.
He said that to you?
Oh yeah. He was like, you have achieved so much that I don't know if I can ever achieve what you did. And I tell him, I was like, dog, I was
You
like,
don't have to.
I was like, you don't have to. I was like, I said, there's only be one person in this world that wants you to do better than him. And that's me. I want you to be way better than me. I want you to succeed. There's only 4 kids that I want to be better than me. And that's, Tyron, Maverick, Jackson, Emmett. Those are only 4. Everybody else kids, those are my kids. I love those kids. So I want to be in the shadows. You need me. Hey, what you need, dog? You got hit the fucking push-ups. You need protein. I got you. But he told me, he was like, to compete in jiu-jitsu and try to, live up to what you've done, I can't do it. I don't like it. And so that's why I just be in the shadows. I would love the coach. I'm like, you got to hit them drills like that.
I would love to be able to do that. That's one thing I struggle with because I always want to be there. Like my kid is a good athlete, but he's not the most sure person.
Yeah.
He's like kind of like we baby him.
Yeah.
We've always babied our kids like way too much. Helicopter parenting at like the next level.
Yeah.
And it's like I always want to be able to kind of tap him on his back. Like, you got this, champ. Like, you good. Because now I want to call him champ.
Yep.
Because I think that something happens when somebody calls you the champ every day. Swear to God. Hey, champ. Hey, champ.
Yeah.
When I want a belt and wants to call me champ, I'm like, yo, man, don't call me Daniel.
Yeah.
Like, this shit every day, I want to be called the champ.
So when I change after this conversation, when you leave, I'll change your name.
How many times do I call you? When I text you, I'm like, thanks, champ.
All the time.
How you doing, champ?
All the time.
Always.
Yeah.
Like that, because, dude.
You're the champ.
You're the champ.
Yeah, in Japan, that's one thing I love about it. It's like, if you're ever a champion, that's how they address you. It's like, you're a champion. Doesn't matter if you lost, you're a champion. You've reached the pinnacle of a sport at a professional level or anything, you're considered a champ. So
your kid, and I want some advice. So we have a good wrestling team. We're the number 9 team in the country.
Wow.
But my son is in 8th grade, and he's going to repeat 8th grade for football.
Okay.
Are you into that or no? Reclassification. What do you think?
I mean, that's beyond my realm. I have no idea.
You never heard about it? Like, kind of when your kid, like, say your son's a good baseball player.
Yep.
Many great baseball players will do a year twice because that second year they can actually just train.
Gotcha.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. I've never been put in that situation. That's the first time I ever heard about it.
How old is your son?
He's 11. He's going into 6th grade.
Oh, wow, he's like super young.
Yeah, he's super young. Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that your son, he is.
A lot of my kids did.
Yeah.
So I had a group of 8 kids.
Okay.
That are now juniors and seniors in high school. They all repeated 8th grade. They went to Dagestan. It was that group of kids. They're all state champions. 2 of them are going to Cornell. One going to NC State. One's going to Michigan. One's going to Oregon State. Another one's at Oregon. They all got college scholarships because their freshman year
in high school.
Their freshman year in high school, they didn't have to wait to make the team. They were immediately the best.
So basically, they get to redo freshman year all over again.
They did their freshman year while still being in middle school.
Huh. I see what you mean now.
Yes.
So if I'm in 8th grade, I'm good enough to compete on the freshman team in a high school.
So you're in 8th grade. So you're my son. So you're my son.
Yep.
And you're 13, right? You're 13.
People are like, they look alike. He could be his son. I don't know.
So you're 13.
Yep.
And you're supposed to go to high school. And how old were you when you were a freshman?
I was thinking 15, I think.
So you had a great at the end of your freshman year.
Yeah.
So sometimes a kid can be 13 years old when they walk onto a high school campus.
Yeah, it's
barely 14.
Yeah, too young.
So by repeating, those kids as freshmen were like 15, turned 16 whenever they're freshmen.
Yep. And then they go to sophomore, they're 17,
18, 19 graduate.
Gotcha. So you're just repeating a year and you're just graduating later.
You graduate 1 year later.
Gotcha.
All football players.
Gotcha.
The top 8 guys.
That makes sense because you're big, you're more developed. You're bigger.
You're more developed.
You're the older guy on the field.
Yeah, you are.
Or on the basketball field, right?
And you know why you got so much attention from your coach? Because you're probably good.
Yeah.
The moment you're good, the coach is like drawn to you.
Yes.
So like, yeah.
See, I thought you were saying like, hey, if you're in 8th grade and you're good enough, like let's say you're in 8th grade, you're supposed to be in 8th grade, and you're good enough, you could play at the freshman level and
can't do
high
that in
school.
California.
And then you did that. And then next thing you know, you did 1 year of freshman, but you're still in 8th grade. You do 8th grade curriculum. You go to high school. Now you're a freshman. Gotcha. So you're saying you're doing, I'm a freshman. I'm doing another year as a freshman. What about the curriculum as a student?
Grade. You do a homeschool.
Oh,
And they got so you do a homeschool year.
Gotcha.
There's one where like all the Olympians do it. That's what they do.
Gotcha.
Oh, you know that a lot of Olympians don't go to school?
Really?
They don't go to school.
Well,
they do
sense.
homeschool.
Yeah, I just met a football player, a dad who's the quarterback is like top 10 in the country, and he does all his homeschooling. He does homeschool, and all he does is train. He has his dietitian, he has his strength and conditioning, and the guy's like fucking 17 years old, and he's going to reclassify. He's going to go to Florida because the opportunity to get picked up is way higher.
Told
so
you.
I'm just starting to get, like I said, it's my son's second year at
I'm
football.
giving you the plan.
That motherfucker going to school. He going to every single year.
No, they put him back in 8th grade, DJ. You guys gonna have him. Because here's another thing, right? Think about this. If he's in 8th, right? And he's about to go to high school.
Yep.
That means you have 4 years left with him.
To get him done, yeah.
But you have money.
Yeah.
My mom was like, get to high school. This boy got to get out of my house.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You take care of a child. You're good.
Yeah.
It keeps him in the house 1 more year.
What if I want his
you
ass
get
in the house?
5 years with your kid instead
I
of
see what
4.
you mean. It's funny.
It's awesome. Look, mama's like, I won't keep him that extra year.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because my son, want to get back on top of it.
Yeah, please. I'm sorry.
No, I love this. This is why I love doing this, because it's very hard for me to find another father who's going through the same thing I'm going through, who's gone through the career that I've gone through, right? So, but my son, he just went to Alaska and he was gone for a week. He was out there shooting machine guns, fishing, jumping off bridges with girls. I'm like, this nigga ain't never coming back.
He ain't coming home.
He ain't coming back.
He ain't coming home.
And so I miss him, but now he's home. I'm like, your ass ain't never leaving.
Nah.
But it's kind of interesting to hear about that. Redo another grade, stay. He does 5 years as a high schooler.
No. He does
No. I know.
8th grade, but he's more developed by his freshman year.
Exactly. That makes sense. Okay, let's get back on topic. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Now, obviously, the one thing that I always appreciate about you is that you always have kept it real. You have this, debate going on. Not debate, but like if the champion with the Jon Jones thing, but Jon Jones not fighting Tom Aspinall, and then I felt like the UFC was enabling because we don't know what Jon Jones said to the UFC back in the day where he was like, they know my whatever it is, but the word on the street is that they gave him $30 million. He goes, he got cold feet. He didn't want to do it. But for you, you're like, I would have fought Tom Aspinall. If I was an actor, I would have fought him.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
So do you think that Stipe versus Jon Jones fight should have never happened?
I honestly thought when Jones got back, and Tom Aspinall was the interim champion when Jon Jones fought Stipe.
Yeah, I know.
How can you fight someone else when the interim champion is available? So like, it shouldn't have happened. But I got it though.
Yeah.
I got it. The only problem for me, and this is where I feel things got crossed. I think they might have did that with the idea that he would have given them the Tom Aspinall fight. That's the only reason they give you a legacy fight.
Gotcha.
Is if you give me something back on the back end,
and I
scratch your back, you scratch
my
mine.
back.
And I feel like maybe he goes, give me the Stipe fight. I want to do it in Madison Square.
Yep.
But then I'll do the Aspinall fight. And then the Tom Aspinall fight comes about and he's like, give me $30 million. Thinking like, it's going to be my way of
getting out of it, but not really.
Yes.
I learned that from my father-in-law.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
There's $30 million.
Yep.
So it's like, you got to fight the guy, man. Yep. I know it's scary. Let me tell you why. And I this is why.
He's fucking good. Let's start there.
He's very good.
Yeah.
And he's big and he's explosive and he's young.
Yep.
Somebody showed me that counterpunch thing the other day with me and Jon Jones. And Jon told me, he goes, you're only getting older. You're 37 years old. I will only see when I stand there, I'll see a 38-year-old man.
Yep.
I'm barely entering my prime.
Yep.
That's the flip.
Well, that's one thing I love what you said, that you have to pay it forward.
You have to pay it forward.
Meaning like you got the opportunity, right? A young athlete coming and fighting an older guy, Mauricio Shogun Rua, even though Mauricio Shogun Rua wasn't as old as you.
He was just beat up.
He was just beat up from all the years fighting in Pride. He didn't have to take that fight.
Nope.
Mauricio Shogun did not have to fight a young up-and-comer, but he did. So circle comes around. Now you have Tom Aspinall, and here you are. You're 38. Now you give the young lion the opportunity to take out the old lion, where he was like, nah, I don't think so.
Let me tell you why. Tom Aspinall has never fought 25 minutes.
No.
Tom Aspinall knocks everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a time to get Tom Aspinall, it's right now, where he has not learned
how
to fight 25 minutes yet.
Yeah.
There's going to be a time where he gets pushed to 25 minutes, and he may get through it.
Yeah.
But he may struggle with it, especially if it's a guy that just wrestles him over and over and over and over. Remember Francis?
Yeah.
When he first fought Stipe?
Yep. Just wrestling over and over and over
Francis
and over.
looked like he saw a ghost.
Yeah.
But then the second time,
He was more
he
prepared.
went 25. He understood. I'm not going to put everybody out of here.
Yep.
I got to save something. That's what's going to happen to Tom. Right now was the time for Jon Jones to fight Tom Aspinall.
Well, not anymore because he's retired now. Like he's. I would be shocked.
Do
if
you believe that?
I think so. I think there comes a point in time in an athlete's career where, obviously he don't leave the house unless he's making $100,000. So he's obviously loaded with money, right? He had $30 million on the table to fight.
No.
And I think he's like, I think I'm done. I think for him, and that's why I told Tom Aspinall too. And I think I said it out loud with Jon Jones. I think Jon Jones' legacy doesn't need Tom Aspinall as Tom Aspinall.
needs Jon.
I don't think he does.
He does, bro.
He doesn't.
You know why?
Why?
And I'm only telling you this from a guy that lived in that world, right?
You lived in that division.
I also never beat him.
Yeah.
And I had, no matter what I did going forward, it was always that, well, you never beat Jon Jones. Tom Aspinall is going to get that belt, and there's going to be a gap, right? That lineal championship breaks. That line breaks.
Yep.
When Tom goes from interim to champion.
Yep.
Because Jon never gave him the opportunity to fight him.
But either did Francis never gave Jon Jones the opportunity to fight him.
Francis was going to give Jon an opportunity. Jon wasn't ready to take it at the time.
Exactly.
Right?
So there you have that same type
So
of
it keeps
thing.
breaking. Francis left.
Yep.
Made a boatload of money. So in retrospect, Francis probably made the right decision because he got paid
1000%.
so much money to box.
Exactly.
But Jon not fighting Tom messes with the the line of succession, the balance of the world. It's like the Avengers.
Yeah,
the Infinity Stones going back.
Yeah.
He needed to fight him. I wish he would have fought him but I think he's not fighting him for one reason and one reason only. He doesn't want to put the work in that he needs to. Look, DJ, we both know, champ, that at times you will fight guys and you know how good they are.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to go to a dark place to make sure you don't lose to them. He did that many, many times.
Yeah.
Especially when him and I fought.
Yep.
And he beat me in Anaheim.
Yep.
I was never better. So I know how hard he must have worked.
To get there.
I think he knows that in order to beat this kid, he'll have to go back to that place. And he's probably just unwilling to do it.
Yeah. Well, I think once you get to a point in your career where you've done everything, right? Like, it's hard to get ready for it. Right. And I wish as a fan, I wish we would have saw that.
Yep.
Selfishly, I wish I would have saw the fight because I enjoy watching Jon Jones fight. I think he's very good. He's very crafty how he goes about fighting people. But then once
He's so durable and he's so
very
smart.
durable, smart. He can wrestle, he can clinch, he can throw high kicks. And I just, as a fan, I'm like, fuck, why didn't we get that? And that's why I always get mad, like, fuck, that fight between him and Stipe should have never happened.
It shouldn't have happened.
Should have never happened.
Stipe just wasn't. Stipe
Wasn't
shouldn't
it?
have been fighting.
Yeah.
He's 42 years old. Hasn't fought for 3 years. Like, he looks so slow, but he was actually hitting Jon.
Yeah, he was.
And I think that might be what worries Jon.
Well, I mean, like you said before, Tom is light on the feet. He's explosive. He's in and out. He has the shortest fight time in UFC history. It's a bag of problems that do you want to take that on
At 38.
at 38 years old? Because like you said, we're only getting old. Like Jon Jones says, we're only getting older. So it would reverse. When Tom steps in there, he's going to see a 38-year-old man who's not going to get any faster, who's only going to get slower. By the way, you and his build up to the fights are probably the best ever. That was like probably peak mixed martial arts because it was good. It was up.
real.
And
Yeah,
I'll
it
never
was
forget
bad.
when you were saying like, can I fight Jon? We're off doing our own thing. You're like, I just want to fight Jon Jones again. We made great fucking money together.
We made great money.
The pay-per-view numbers. We fight that motherfucker again. So thank you for those memories because
It was awesome.
they were my favorite.
Yeah, we used to have, Jon Jones and I did great business together.
Yeah.
We would fight. People tapped in. Like, bro, you know what was crazy? You know when I knew that Jon Jones and I had tapped into something different? I was in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Got a lot of brothers in Newark.
Yeah.
Dog,
I was gonna say where you're like, man, why do black people gotta fight each other? He goes, just because we're black, John, doesn't mean we have to be cool.
Man, gotta be cool. But dude, the people like going into like shoe shops and like all kind of brothers was coming up to me. That at that point, that had not happened for me yet. It hadn't happened. They didn't know me. Now I can go into any black community and they're like, oh, hey, DC.
Yeah.
But back then,
Yeah.
bro, they didn't know me in Newark. It was like people recognized like two brothers at the top of that sport. It mattered.
Yeah.
It mattered. And it was good, man. It was good to see. It reminded me of growing up and watching like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier and all that. Because we take a lot from people that kind of look like us, right? I wanted to be like those champions. And Yeah, me and John did that. I'll always be grateful for those memories.
Of course.
Bro, we had some horror, like the press conferences were sick.
Oh, yeah.
We'd throw stuff at each other.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was peak MMA. Like, when you look at today's age MMA, like getting excited, I do love the storytelling of, I mean, if you follow the sport, you love like what happens if this person wins? What happens to this person if he loses? Who's gonna be the next champion? Does this person, what does this person want to do? But I feel like that was like the peak of just
It was
two athletes, very competitive, trying to belittle each other and just getting in each other's head. The mental warfare was just, wish we had more of it.
Everybody was good. Everybody was so good. The champions were so good. We as Americans are good.
Yeah.
That whole argument we had, we as Americans were good. Bro, think about this. Like the champs, it was you, Dominic.
Yep.
145 was
Aldo. 55 was Max?
No, not Max. It was Frankie Edgar.
Yep.
70 was like Robbie Lawler or Tyron Woodley.
Yep.
And then it was like
185 was
Weidman, Luke after Anderson.
Yep.
Then it was me and John. And then heavyweight was Stipe Arcane. It was all Americans.
All Americans. Now?
How many American champions do we have?
0.
We have 0 champs.
0 champions.
Stop lying.
As of this, yeah.
Kayla Harrison.
Oh, my bad.
Oh.
Oh, the balance.
Oh, my
God. Oh, God.
Kayla Harrison's the only American champion right now?
Right now, yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Valentina Shevchenko, yep. And then who is, so Shevchenko, Kayla Harrison. There is no 145. What's 115? Pantoja.
Oh, 115 is Weili. She's the best.
She's
too.
China. Yeah, she's fucking her. I think her and Valentina are the ones who've always impressed me. I think Valentina Shevchenko is the one who's impressed me the most because she comes from that kickboxing background. And then I was like, oh, she's gonna kickbox. And when she came out and threw homegirl and then armbarred her, I was like, okay, she's getting fucking better.
Yeah.
She's evolving as a champion, which is very, very
Very
rare.
hard to do.
You don't see it that often because the activity they have to put forth as they compete. You see it, and you don't see it as much.
You don't have as much time to learn.
Exactly.
Whenever you're defending championships.
Exactly.
Weili's great. Then it's Pantoja, Merab. 145 is Volk. Then we'll have a champ, Brazil or Georgia this weekend. 70 is the Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah, JDM. Yep, and Jack. And you have DDP at 185. 205 is
Magomedov.
And then
heavyweight is Jones.
No,
or
Tom.
Yeah, since Jones left, it's Aspinall.
Nah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
we have one champ.
Yeah.
We had all the champs.
We did at one point, but like we
That's
said
crazy.
at the beginning of the other show, it goes up and down like this.
It goes up and down.
Up and down like this.
Do you see anybody coming?
As Americans? Oh, God, no, I don't. It's hard. I mean, you have Corey. Corey's going to be fighting Merab.
Corey's good.
There's an opportunity there. And then you look at 145. You have Van at 125.
Yeah, Van's good.
He's good.
He's from Myanmar.
Myanmar.
Josh Van is from Myanmar.
Oh, wow.
Myanmar,
yeah. That's where Ong La's from. Myanmar. Is he? No, he's at
Myanmar.
I think it's Myanmar. Yeah, I think it's Myanmar. Yeah.
Myanmar, yeah.
Well, yeah. So he's not an American, but what?
He's from Houston.
So yeah. So what flag does he claim?
We'll take him.
Right.
Yeah, we'll take him.
You will
we
take
need
him.
somebody.
He doesn't? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Okay, DC, thank you so much for your time. Before we get you out of here, what can we expect from you next? I know you got your coaching.
Yep.
You're commentating. YouTube game's on fire. You got the good guy, bad guy on ESPN. You're all over the place. How are you able to balance all that and still have the passion? You're also commentating to have the passion to show up and do everything to the fullest ability. How do you, I mean, all my love is in the YouTube creating content. That's all my love. I get 100% to that, obviously to the family, but you're everywhere. How do you do it?
I just love being busy. I do not like time and just too much idle time.
Yeah.
It's not great for me. I never did well with a whole bunch of idle time from college to the Olympic years. I just always need something to be chasing. You know, we as athletes, like we're so different, right? And we're wired so differently that if we're not chasing something, there's a void that can't be filled.
Yep.
So you attack this YouTube because you want to be the best.
Yep.
Right? And that's me.
Yep.
I want to be the best at a wrestling coach. I want to be the best at YouTube, and I want to be the best commentator. So all those things give me something to compete at because video games only do so much. Bro, I love video games. Okay.
At one point, like, I grew up playing video games, right? And then at one point, my wife was like, I don't understand it.
I'm never giving up my PlayStation. That's me. You can leave. I ain't never giving up my game.
Well, I told her, I showed her the clip of Ocho Cinco. You're like, You know, you think Call of Duty could do that to me? You know, girl gonna leave me. You know, coach gonna leave me. But
Call of Duty, my video game gonna always be there. We had it our whole life. You still play?
I do play. I'll play Marvel Rivals right now on my PC. It's
You're a PC guy. My son's a PC guy too.
Once you go to PC, it's very hard to go back.
Really?
Because you get the graphics, the processing speed, everything's just different. Like you're hardwired all the time, and then the amount of library of games you can play, it's just. And then I'm mouse and keyboard, so now I'm like this.
You play the keyboard, bro?
Yeah.
You don't have a controller?
Only on fighting games. Like I never played any sports games. The reason why is because I was so athletic. I did all of them. Yeah. Like the other day, I was my son he's training for football, so I was out there and I was like, hup, 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 and I boom, caught the ball, ran in there, and I was like, I don't need to play NFL, 2K24, wherever we're at right now, or basketball. I can play, so I just never. I
love soccer game. That's my favorite game. FIFA. It's called FC25 right now, but it's awesome. I play all sports games. I play FIFA. Yep. I play NBA 2K. I play Tiger Woods golf. There's a new golf on 2K and EA Sports.
Do you ever wish when you're playing?
I play EA Sports UFC, bro.
Really?
I play my own career. Like I fight because I can't fight.
You're like, let me fight John Jones again. One last fucking time.
Get one more paycheck. I'm gonna get one more paycheck out here.
Oh, before we let you go, this is what I gotta ask. Okay, so I always ask everybody on the show, retired athletes, active athletes, what did you do with your very first check that you got from fighting, right? And then what'd you do with the very last check you got from fighting? For example, for me, when I started making money, I went and bought a laptop from Best Buy. $750. I was like, woo, we done made it, baby. Yeah. I was in Alaska. I called the wife. We're going to go to Best Buy, get that laptop. What did you do with yours?
Bought an iPad.
The first paycheck?
First paycheck, I bought an iPad, and I carried it everywhere. There's actually a video of me being so proud of my iPad. I was going to a Strike Force fight, and I'm just carrying this thing. Yeah. I bought an iPad.
He's like, yeah.
I was like, look, I got my new iPad. Yeah. I'm just like walking around playing with it. Yeah, I bought an iPad.
Okay.
It was like $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what'd you do with the last check you got from fighting?
Put it away.
Put it away.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it was over. Because at the end of the day, like those numbers, you don't see no more.
The velocity of the money you get.
Yeah, you don't see it no more. You might get good checks. Yeah. But you'll never get those checks. Yeah. So yeah, it just goes away. Yeah.
So we had Dom on, and he was talking about, he's very good about articulating how he sees the fight. And he says, he does all the homework, he studies. Yep. I never forget when you guys were going back and forth, we were like, DC, you don't study? He goes, what do you mean I don't fucking study? He goes, you don't study. It's clearly that you don't study. And
yeah. I love DC. He's my friend. But to me, from my experience, he doesn't do the homework. He wants to get in and out.
What's your feedback on that when he says you don't study? I think it's very hard to study, to watch time and time again every athlete.
It's different. Yeah. Right? So whereas him and Larasenko, they start prepping for the fights on like Monday. They start watching fights, watching video. I can't do that.
No, you have so much stuff going on.
During the week, there's so much more to do. So by Friday night, I do half of the fighters on Thursday. Then on Saturday morning, that's when I watch the fights. Yeah. I won't watch anybody's fights until Saturday morning. Yeah. Because then I can retain all that information that I see. But I also have notes. DJ, look at this. You can't tell me. This guy saying, like that was always like the craziest thing, right? Because you say something like, well, you don't study. But look at this.
But see, I like, for me, when I've done.
Look at this.
Okay.
Daniel's fights. Yeah. Look at Peyton Talbot.
Damn.
This is Peyton Talbot's notes. So I have his fighting style. Yeah. I have his commentary, which is me, all the stuff that we talk about in regards to him. I have his last fight. Yeah. I have his background. I have all those things. But look at this though. This is this week. But look.
Damn. See, I don't want them problems. I don't want that. Damn.
Seriously, those are all fighter cards that I have.
That motherfucker just went like this. He kept scrolling.
Those are the fighter cards I have. So if you fought, I bet I got a Demetrious Johnson in there. Let me see.
Slow, not good, doesn't hit hard, horrible grappling. So you keep all of it like saved in there from like.
It just stays there.
Wow.
Look. Style, quick striker. This was Ray Borg. He was talking about you. Oh. He gave power. Good wrestler, has no problem taking. Demetrious Johnson and Justin Scoggins took him down repeatedly. Very durable. He has only been finished by Demetrious Johnson. So like anytime I put your name, it's just in these notes. UFC 216 weigh-in. Demetrious Johnson, pro as always, 125 to the number.
Yep.
Like, it's like...
Man does his homework. Man does homework, boys.
So this idea that I
But
don't is
sometimes
crazy.
I love how it's just you and Joe just fucking vibing out.
So here's
just
the-
vibing out, just like,
here's
you
the thing.
got me do your thing, I'm gonna vibe out.
That's what makes us... That's what makes us fun and makes us better.
I enjoy it.
Because you feel like if you and I are here and we're at that table and they put the fight on that TV and we talk.
Yep.
That's what it sounds like when we're watching and calling, only telling you what's happening in the fight.
Yep.
And a lot of people want that.
Yep.
I got a call from a very prominent broadcaster after I called the NCAA finals. Wyatt Henderson beat a guy named Gable Steveson.
Okay, yep.
And I said, oh my God.
I saw that match.
I
was
said,
a
oh
big
my
upset.
God, Wyatt Henderson just beat Gable Steveson. And he called me and he said, sometimes you just state what just happened and that's enough. He said, Daniel, that was one of the best calls of your career.
Wow.
And you have a career filled with them. He goes, I believe that you, John Anik, and Joe Rogan as a threesome is one of the top 4 broadcast pairings in all of sports.
Wow.
That to me was enough to tell me that what we're doing is
good.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, well, like I said, I enjoy it. My mother-in-law enjoys it. She goes, she's a big fan of yours.
And speak to the common fan.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to talk to? The dude that's in his basement? Like, who are you trying to talk to? The guys in his basement breaking down the fight?
I think there's a place for both because for me, when you guys do it, sometimes when I watch the fights, I have all the analytics. I know what's going on. I know all that. And sometimes I just want to hear like, oh my goodness, he getting pieced up, Joe. Oh, I like that. I was like, you know what? After he's trying to dump him all that stuff, you know what? I forget he is getting pieced up.
Yes.
It takes me out of that analytical where I'm sitting there like, oh, he just needs to do this more. You guys make it fun for a guy like me because I have all that
You got
data,
all that
right?
data, but then
I don't have that.
But your mother-in-law doesn't.
Exactly, she
and
doesn't.
I can give it to her
Yep.
on like the level that's at the surface for her to understand it. But then I can also talk to you about a wizard kick, or I can tell you this is this, or this is an omoplata, or this is a Darce choke, and this is how you get to this position. This is what you should do to advance. And speak to that other person while also saying it to her to where she goes, oh, I kind of understand. So if he goes to the right, he might have a better chance of getting away if he went to the left.
Yeah. And do you still love commentating? Like, obviously you do love it because
It's the
you're
best.
fucking loads.
Bro, it's the best.
Yeah,
like, I love commentary.
Yeah.
It's so fun, dude. We always sit there and go, I have the greatest job in the world. And I'm like, it'll never change.
Yeah.
The fact that you sit there for those big events. When I watch Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira step in that octagon, I'm going to have goosebumps.
Oh, I bet.
And I'm going to think, and a lot of times I go, man, I cannot believe that that's what I did. Because it's so big and enormous and it's so valuable to you and your life and your legacy. It's like I get goosebumps because I'm excited for them to have the opportunity to achieve something so great.
Yep. I love that. Well, DC, this is your opportunity to let the fans know how they can support you, where they can follow you, your YouTube channel, the podcast. The floor is yours, brother.
You're the man. Guys, YouTube, DC_MMA is my YouTube channel. Obviously, Instagram is DC_MMA. All social channels are that. Watch Good Guy, Bad Guy every Monday and Thursday on ESPN. And just keep supporting me and you also, and the people that have done so much to try to move this sport forward, to all these new fans that love it so much.
Yeah. Speaking of the moving the sport forward, I forgot to ask, how was it coaching the Ultimate Fighter? I'm not gonna lie, I'm shocked that show's still going. I'm not gonna lie, it is. Like, what was it like coaching again? Like, you look at the history of it. I mean, if it wasn't for the Ultimate Fighter, I might not be where I'm at today.
Yeah,
because it was Ultimate Fighter
class
that got me into it with Rashad Evans' season, right? So it's still going to this day. How was it coaching against opposite of Chael? Obviously, you guys in a fight because you guys are both retired. Tell me about how was that?
I thought it was awesome. I thought coaching the Ultimate Fighter was awesome.
Well, you did. This is your second time doing it, right?
Second time.
That's right.
But I thought this time was even better because I'm not actively fighting.
So
because
you give more.
I can give more to the athlete. I don't have to worry about let's cut practice short because I got to go work.
Gotcha.
Let's just give these guys, make them the true focus. And that's where I think if you're going to continue doing it, you use retired fighters. Because it put the current fighter that's going to fight at the end on the staff.
Yeah.
Because those guys have to worry about themselves. I remember when I was doing it the first time, I had a fight with Stipe Miocic on the horizon. So all I wanted to do was become the heavyweight champion.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I never thought about that. Like, use retired fighters because they've done there, been there, they've been there, and they've done it, and they're not worried about, oh, I got to fight this coach afterwards.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
sit there and be like, I'm here for you 100%. I'm not worried about the future. Obviously, you are, but not worried about the future as competing as a mixed martial artist.
Absolutely. It was fun though, man. Chael and I have a great relationship. He's a good dude. And the kids fought hard. And the level of talent on that show is super high on this season.
Wow.
It was good.
Well, there we go.
I forgot one more question. One of my about heavyweight fights that didn't happen that I wish happened. You and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah.
After that,
Shove.
I did not get that fight.
Brock played us, man. Brock came. Brock played us, bro. Brock came with the idea that he always has an open door because he's such a big star.
Of course.
I was on a Brock Lesnar card at UFC 200.
That's when you fight Anderson Silva.
I fought Anderson.
Yep.
So 1.4 million pay-per-views.
Woo! You have pay-per-view points?
Yeah.
See, that's why I tell people, right? When you become a champion, you're making great money. But once you get that door, and you can confirm or whatnot, once you get in that door, you get pay-per-view points, just so the fans know. First 0 to 200,000, it's 0 buys.
Yeah, you don't get
you get anything. From 200,000 to 400,000, it might be $1, right? Then from 400 to 600, it goes to $1.50 or maybe $2.
Yep.
Then from 600 to 800, it can go from maybe $3.
No, it's just anything over 600.
I heard it can go. I heard like one day. I heard one story that Anderson was getting $5.
That's crazy number.
Like,
I never got that.
Yeah.
I never got like 5.
But
I
once you-
did get a good number. But once you get over 600,000, now the money's just jumping.
Yeah, and that's where champions make that different
Yeah.
atmosphere. Now I never got the opportunity. Granted, I wasn't a draw, but if I would have got the opportunity to get pay-per-view points and then be on like a corner card or give me a stack card,
Yeah.
right? I always know each time I show up, I'm always gonna fucking deliver.
Yeah, you
I've
will.
never gone in there and laid a fucking egg, right?
You did that one move, bro.
Well,
that
I know.
one move,
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
move was crazy
Yeah.
still. The
But
craziest move in MMA history.
Yeah, but
When you threw the guy up in an armbar.
Oh yeah, Conor armbar. Yeah,
The mouse trap.
Mighty WizBar.
So who called it the mouse trap?
Oh, the mousetrap's a different move. I haven't shown him before.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
you got another one?
I got another one, but it's more of a setup because you got to trap his ass.
The mighty armbar.
Mighty WizBar, yeah.
Mighty was that was sick, bro.
Because I did it, and Matt Hume, the wizard, he taught it to me, and so that's why and it was an armbar. I'm an armbar guy. I love armbars.
You threw him in the air.
Yep.
What were you thinking at that moment? Like he was just balled up. He was so beat that he wasn't gonna do anything.
Yeah. So one of the things I think that made me so good at fighting was that when I kneed Adriano in the face, when I hit him and he was falling, re-drilled that when I was an amateur. Matt was, okay, guys, I want you to understand, understanding your surroundings. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 1, 2, push, and then once he hits the ring, we're gonna jump up and throw a flying knee, right? You do it again. I did that as an amateur.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you drill something in your career, you might not get the opportunity to use it until it presents itself.
Yep.
Right? So as an amateur, I drilled that. It finally came out at the very end of my career.
Yeah.
So when I was getting ready to fight Ray Borg, we were just drilling on how to move somebody when they're trying to be heavy,
Yeah,
right?
he's trying to be heavy.
Because trying to pick someone up like this when they're stuck, it's too hard. And so Matt was like, you have to force people to move themselves. And so you can knee him in the leg and you do this. So I remember in that fight, I was sitting there and I was like, oh, wow, you're being really heavy. I was like, I'm just going to keep kneeing the legs. And then once he went like this, he backed him. I was like, oh, you just moved yourself. I was like, oh, it's time to go. I went, and I threw him up and I caught it. And I was like, I did it. And I was like, and that's when I was crying. I was like, fuck yeah. And that's what I loved about my career is that I would take still normal day classes and he would teach curriculum. And then I was able to, apply that curriculum into my fights.
Mixed martial arts, yeah.
In mixed martial arts.
It was awesome.
But yeah, man. DC,
So what you didn't say the story. Why didn't the Brock fight?
Oh,
my
Brock,
bad.
I'm sorry.
We started vibing out,
yeah.
man. We started having a good time. So why didn't that fight happen?
So Brock actually came, and then the WWE paid him more to
go.
stay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they paid him more to stay.
Yeah.
We danced the dance for a while.
Yeah.
It could have been Brock and I when I fought Derek Lewis in New York.
Yep.
But yeah, they paid him so much to stay. Man, he was such a big star there.
Oh, yeah.
That he could make money to go do that and do nothing with suplexes.
Yeah.
Or go fight me in an octagon.
Which is that shit is
Yeah,
real and unique.
It's real, and I'm gonna try to kill him.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like, yeah, he made the best choice.
Maybe one day we might get you Brock versus DC in WWE.
I mean, Brock is on the ban list right now.
Is he?
Oh, dude, Brock got into so much trouble. He tried to hold me up for this shit. He know what Brock did. I ain't telling you on air what Brock did.
Okay,
Brock is so much trouble.
All right, we'll do it off air. Well, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the MIGHTYCAST. We're joined by one of the greats of the sport, Daniel Cormier. Thank you so much for taking the time.
You're the man, my brother.
My man. I'm your host, Demetrious Johnson. Right-hand man, Michael Wandsworth is behind the camera. And our guest, Daniel Cormier. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the MIGHTYCAST. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the MIGHTYCAST. And we are going to recap everything we just went through with our guest. And our guest was the great Daniel Cormier. Man, DC, I mean, first off, what an amazing career. It's amazing what he's doing now with the YouTube. He just did The Ultimate Fighter. He's doing commentating. He's coaching his son and a wrestling team. He literally has his hand in everything when it comes to combat sports and just being involved in mixed martial arts. Like the YouTube video he just did about Jon Jones not accepting the fight and how Jon Jones is going through the turmoil of his career. Just some knowledge about how, you know, when we had that discussion, that was one of the biggest discussions I wanted to talk to him about, is like MMA Guru's take on, if you're from the mountains, that wrestling or combat sambo is better than American wrestling. But when you look,
I think Guru's argument is for MMA.
For MMA.
Because I don't think he's saying in a straight wrestling match that
No.
Khamzat Chimaev's going to beat Bo Nickal, because Bo Nickal would destroy him
in a wrestling match.
In an Olympic freestyle wrestling match.
But when it comes to the combat sambo transition into mixed martial arts, it's way better, because you're starting at 8, 9, 10 years old, heel hooks, but leg locks, kicking, punching, kneeing, throwing. Where in wrestling, you're only focusing on one aspect of the sport of mixed martial arts. So I wanted to get his piece on that. And obviously, I feel like when him and Jon Jones were fighting, that was peak MMA build-up and competition, because those two genuinely did not like each other. And then you saw a different side of Jon Jones, who's like, "Hey, pussy, you there?" He goes, "Man, you can really turn it on, man. You got a real good PR." And the last conversation I sent DC of Jon Jones in DC was that history repeats itself. He's rotten to his core. And you look now, history has repeated itself. Jon Jones, he's innocent right now until proven guilty. The last criminal allegation that's going on with him right now. But all in all, amazing conversation with Daniel Cormier. Truly enjoyed chatting with him.
Yeah, people sleep on DC's accomplishments because, one, he went 0-1 technically against Jon Jones, but really even he is humble enough to say, like, yeah, I went 0-2. So he went 0-1, other than one went as a no contest. Yep. Then also in that Stipe trilogy, he only comes out 1-2. So that has made people sleep on his legacy. But
he did it at 39.
No, exactly.
39 years old.
And here's my thing, a true champion in both weight classes. We're seeing a lot of guys like, hey, I did enough to get like Conor McGregor, he never defended either of the titles.
Yeah, he won at lightweight once. And he went into 155 mil and he left.
145.
And 155. And he just left.
Yeah, and just left. So seeing DC a true 205 champion, which yes, there was some asterisks there because when Jon Jones had all the issues with USADA and stuff, that's when DC had the title, but still a true 205 champion.
And he defended it too against Anthony Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. And then goes to heavyweight, knocks out Stipe that first time. Truthfully one of the GOATs. I would have him, but I'd have to go and rank them all, but probably he's top 10-ish, I would say, in UFC history.
Yeah, top 10-ish, and definitely the footprint he's had on the heavyweight division, because even though he was a champion and he didn't defend the belt as a champion, the amount of fights he's had he did defend the belt as a champion. He won it from Stipe, and then he turned around and beat Derek Lewis. So he's actually won.
Yeah, he did, exactly.
Yeah, so he actually won the belt at light heavyweight, defended it, won the belt at heavyweight and defended it, where a lot of people, they won the belt. Like, I think the only other person who's ever done that is Henry Cejudo. He won the belt against me. Then he defended against TJ, went up and fought Marlon Moraes, and then he defended against Dominic Cruz. So there's a lot of people who become champ, but they actually don't go off and defend that belt in that division. So I agree with you. He's definitely got to be top 10. Maybe even like, top 10, top 5.
Top 8-ish.
Top 8-ish. Because
if someone put him in the top 5, I would not be opposed, because he's just, and like you said, there will never be. Jon Jones and DC is the greatest rivalry in UFC history. I'm not saying from a fight perspective, but just the
build-up.
Yeah, the build-up. There was Man, I just remember that second fight. I have never been more excited for a fight in my life. And I was rooting hard for DC, so I was like devastated at how that played out. But that Bill, just the ultimate babyface versus the ultimate heel.
Yep.
Hey, we missed that. I mean, we're not to date this podcast, but right now, International Fight Week, we're getting Charles Oliveira versus Topuria, and you see both guys hug each other, cut in weight. It's hard. Try to protect it a little bit. Like if DC and Jon Jones saw each other cutting weight, they'd start throwing heads.
Well, I think you got to look at it though. Like it's so hard because even when I get what you mean. You want to see true bad blood. Right, like you don't want to see, hey man, like hugging each other.
Fight game. I mean,
it's a fight game, and I think there's two aspects of it where those guys are true martial artists. Not saying that DC and Jon Jones weren't; they truly didn't like each other, right? Like you got to get like a Armin and Paddy Pimblett fight each other. If you want that bad blood fight, you got to do that. Or Paddy Pimblett versus who's Paddy Pimblett? Paddy Pimblett's just that guy.
Yeah, Armin is really talking shit.
But Paddy's not somebody who's going to be friends of friends, buddy, right? Like, you wouldn't see Paddy to cut weight with somebody. He goes, you fucking sausage, you fucking Hamlet, the posh boy. Like, that's the person you want to have in there. But when you have a guy like Charles Oliveira, who's come from nothing, and he's getting an opportunity to go out there and fight again, hard weight cut, and he's fighting a guy like Ilia Topuria, where Ilia Topuria, he's very respectful, and he's like, I want to have a dream of being a, two division champion. I don't feel that they have to build themselves up and have that bad blood between each other to fight. But I think
I will argue with you. I think they do, and I think it's what the current UFC is missing. I think it is a huge issue, and guys like Conor, that's when I knew McGregor was washed, was when he came back. But really, he comes back with
and
Poirier, and he's nice. It's like, dude, your mind games, it's everything is part of it.
Yeah.
Like that, people were intimidated by McGregor before. You have this huge entrance when he comes out, one of the greatest entrances in UFC history, and by the time he gets in the octagon, Jose Aldo, I guarantee when that fight started, like his head wasn't in the right place, and that's why
he got knocked out.
Yeah, he got knocked out.
But I also think, I agree with you. Like Conor McGregor was very good at that because when he came back and fought Dustin the second time, he was like promoting his hot sauce or they're like, we're gonna do it again. I'm like,
so
what the
cringe.
fuck's going on? But then he gets in there, but sometimes to play that villain over and over and over and over again, you get tired. And I think he might have want to take a different approach to this fight against Dustin Poirier, and it didn't work out in his favor. And then the third time, she's in my DMs, yeah. Like obviously he, I always like to think Conor, like depending on what type of hairstyle he shows up at, if it's like good slick hair, back Conor, nice beard, that's the Conor that's dangerous. But it's a shaved head. I think he's going through some mental battles where like Britney Spears and shit. So, let's get back on track. I think it was a great chat with DC. I'm excited that he's been very successful in his career, post-career, because you see a lot of athletes from mixed martial arts, when they're done fighting, they don't do anything. They just disappear in the sunset. And I'm happy that we have something like that still in the sport, giving us good feedback, commentary. Like I said, when we listen to him and Joe Rogan and John Anik, it's like your bros watching the fight.
No, yeah, I love one of my favorite calls in UFC history was, this is just the subtle things that shows that what DC was talking about, where he gets emotions very well. It was Ngannou Stipe the second time. It was at the Apex.
Yep.
So it was silent, right?
Yep.
And I forgot if Rogan or DC was the first one to say it, but DC was just like, my heart is beating so hard that I think it, but he was saying like, I feel like it's getting picked up on the mic, and Rogan's like, dude, same with me. Like, and I was at home and my hands were sweaty.
Yeah.
It was like, I was just like, dude,
I know we shit on.
I love it. I didn't, in that moment, I didn't need this, like, Francis Ngannou has landed 5 significant strikes for me. It's like, that emotion got me like, God, I'm ready for this.
Yeah. And I think the one thing that we can appreciate, that I've always appreciated about the COVID times and the UFC Apex, it served its purpose, right? It served its purpose when there was nobody in there. It was very intimate. You can hear every single shot that landed, the leg kicks and knees of the body, like the grunting between the athletes. And that's why I think like you can feel your heartbeat. You're not hearing any outside noise. So that's
what he thought, is this actually picking up like boom, 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 boom.
But that's one thing I love about that time during COVID-19. So I can resonate with that that commentary, like he said, like he could feel it. It's so quiet, and you can hear. I wonder if my heart rate's being picked up by the mic.
One of my favorite knockouts of all time was Ngannou Rosenstrike, which was also at the Apex, because you just hear it was like a 13-second fight or something, but it's just like you just hear every strike. It's like okay, and that was before he won the heavyweight title, so it was just like okay, this dude's ready for the heavyweight title.
Yeah, he is.
I do agree that is the one I do miss. I miss that fine there. I'll give it to you. I always shit on the Apex.
But like you said though, there was a place in time. You said that there's a place in time for the Apex. Right?
Yeah, we're past it now.
We're past it now. Now it's like where they just had UFC Baku. That crowd was absolutely fucking going crazy when you had the hometown guys fighting the other.
As they all left though.
They all left. Afterwards, like, oh, fuck, we're done. But that's the Apex served this purpose. Now it's time to move out of there and start going around to different countries and having the fights there, so we can get that atmosphere that you get where you have the hometown fighting on his home soil against the foreigner, right? That's where you get that. And that's where I agree with you. That's where you loved about it's one reason you hate the Apex, and that's why
I did love it.
Yeah, you love it.
No, and to get back to DC, we're making this a very regular thing, giving away his glove. You could also go to his channel, my boy Luis. He runs that channel, so support his channel. What they're gonna give one glove away on his channel, and then also we have on our channel this giveaway. Daniel Cormier, two UFC champions, when it was a time where the champs actually defended the titles instead of just going off to a different weight. I think we have 16 combined defenses or something
16,
like that.
Yeah, 16 or 17, yeah. 17 combined defenses. So guys, make sure you guys, obviously Michael Wansover is going to leave it in the community page how to get those gloves.
Yeah, but follow us on Spotify, get us. Like I said, we have 1.5 million, something around that, YouTube subscribers. We should have 1 million on Spotify. Come on, guys.
Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy is what he's saying. So, boys, if you guys enjoyed this episode of the MIGHTYCAST, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live, and let us know in the comment section below what you guys thought about this episode. What was your favorite part? DC's golf, the Jon Jones. Let us know in the comment section below. I'm your host, Demetrious Johnson. My right-hand man, co-host, Michael Wansover. We will see you guys in the next episode of the MIGHTYCAST.